What is up, ladies and gents? It's your boy Lou Streets, and I'm back with another video. And the reason I'm making this video is because Ed Boon is tweeting, and you know whenever he tweets, it means just a little bit of something. It's never just random, right? So let's go through what he's doing here. We have 1 of 7 tweets. It's a thread. You rarely ever see a thread by Ed Boon unless it's for a reason. So let's check it out. So we have a lot of Mortal Kombat related news recently. Let's start with MK1. With over 6.2 million games sold, we're still committed to refining MK1 to be our most balanced game. Check out the video details on the balance patch we released today. So obviously we know we got the balance patch. 6.2 million games sold. I wonder how much of that is discounted sales as well, because of, you know, there was a lot of discounted sales recently with the Ultimate Definitive Edition or whatever the fuck it was called. I think it was called Definitive Edition. But so he highlights that, which shocks me. We're still committed to refining MK1 to be our most balanced game, which kind of annoys me because I just want this game to die competitively so we can move on to the next announcement. But that's neither here nor there. So that's his first tweet. We don't need to look at the patch notes because we already saw this, right? Now we slide down to tweet 2. But we still want to hear from you. What 4 fighters do you feel needs buff the most? What 4 fighters do you feel needs buffs the least? For those of you interested in patch note changes and reform, check out this link. I don't care about that because obviously it's very clear that Liu Kang's not getting a buff. He would have received it by now. Well, not a meaningful buff. He got what? 1-2-1 for cancel. And then he has the back 2-1 string to support the back 2-3 string. And I think that's literally all Liu Kang has had, if I'm not mistaken. That's all Liu Kang has. It's some characters that have multiple changes. Liu Kang has those 2 changes. 1-2-1 in the special cancel, and then back 2-1 being a string when you used to have back 2-3. Like, I'm really upset about Liu Kang. But, so that's tweet 2. Tweet 3 is the EVO results. Congratulations to EVO MK1's top 8. We got Sonic as the champion here. We have Nicholas in 2nd place, Connie Mani in 3, Hourglass of Rain in 4, Javier in 5, Online Kill in 6, Gur in 7, and Michael Serafan in 8. Congratulations to Sonic Fox again. He is currently the GOAT right now. You can't really dispute that. I know me and Tom already had a conversation about that, but you really can't dispute that right now. So, you know, that's what it is right now. Favorite EVO moments is in tweet 4. I'm not going to watch that right now because I'm not really interested in that. I'm just trying to get through the string of tweets and what the last one means to me, and I want to see if you guys agree. Tweet 5, closing in on Final Combat. The next competition is Versus Fighting on August the 15th to the 17th. Then we have Final Combat on September the 26th through 28th in Mexico City, where the top 20 players can compete for the World Championship. Check out all the details here. I think Final Combat will be interesting just because of it being the top of the top. So I'm actually probably going to watch that and make sure we cover that some. That seems pretty interesting. The next competition in August 15th to 17th, I don't care too much about that, but Final Combat will be interesting. I do wish Ninja Killer was playing, but I understand why he's playing more Tekken than Mortal Kombat because I do the same thing, so I fully understand. Tweet 6. Okay, this was the tweet that interested me, and this is why. So 6 of 7, here's your feedback. He put M11, so it threw me for a second. But it says Mortal Kombat 11 had 12 DLC fighters split into 3 combat packs. We had 6 fighters in Combat Pack 1. We had 3 fighters in the Aftermath expansion, and then 3 fighters in the Ultimate expansion. Mortal Kombat 1 had 12 DLC fighters split into 2 combat packs. 6 fighters in Combat Pack 1, 6 fighters in Combat Pack 2. For the fighter poll feedback, so he highlights this again, and he pretty much says, while there are many factors involved in how we release DLC fighters, what would be your favorite or preferred way to see the future NetherRealm DLC fighters release? Now, this caught my attention for 2 reasons. First of all, I think I prefer MK11, but not because I'm biased to MK11, you know, I think it's the better game. I think you get 6, 3, and 3, that would lend towards more support and continue updating, right? I can understand people wanting the fighters earlier, but I can also understand on the flip side that if you're doing a 6, 3, and 3 schedule, that means you're giving support for an extended period of time. And so the reason that this caught my attention is because Ed Boon really never just asks these random type of questions. Sometimes he just comes out of nowhere with these string of tweets, and it's usually like some type of poll in it. I remember they did this back in the day when they was asking what changes did we want in Mortal Kombat 1, and obviously some of those changes didn't come through that we wanted, but I remember him doing this back at that time. So I noticed that he put a point to put DLC fighters. So it made me curious because I've been saying it's no way that the next game is going to be a Mortal Kombat game simply because you need to make back the money that you lost on Mortal Kombat 1. If we scroll back to the top, again, he said they had 6.2 million sales. And so that's nowhere near the success of Mortal Kombat 11. So some money was lost for sure. Mortal Kombat 11 sold 15 million copies, if I'm not mistaken. As a matter of fact, let's just Google it just to make sure I'm clear in this video. Let's just Google it. How much did MK11 sell? Let's see. Mortal Kombat 11 has sold over 50 million copies worldwide. It is the best-selling installment in the Mortal Kombat franchise. The last time WB Games and NetherRealm publicly shared sales figures for the entire franchise, it had surpassed 79 million copies. So of that 79 million, Mortal Kombat 11 had 15 million on its own. Mortal Kombat 1, your newest game, did 6.2. So essentially, Mortal Kombat almost did 3 times as much. I know 3 times would be 18, but you're about like 75 to 85% that way, but more than double of what this game sold. So clearly that's a true L going in the wrong direction. So my reason for wondering this is because when he made it a point to say NetherRealm DLC fighters, but I think that the next game has to be Mortal Kombat because they need to make their money back. What it also made me interested in, since he asked this question, I wanted to go back and look at Injustice 2 and see how they released fighters in comparison to this. So we see 6 and 6 for Mortal Kombat 1, 633 for Mortal Kombat 11, but it's 12 fighters total. Let's go to this tab of Injustice that I have open. I want to see how many characters came out for Injustice. So we have Darkseid was a pre-order bonus, so he's considered DLC. Then we had Red Hood in June of 2017. He came out in Fighter Pack 1. Then we had Sub-Zero come out the following month in July, Fighter Pack 1 as well. Starfire came out in Fighter Pack 1 as well. So that was only 3 characters essentially from the first pack, plus Darkseid that was a DLC bonus. I think I said Darkseid the first time, Darkseid. Then Black Manta came in Edition Pack 2. So now we have one fighter here. Beast Boy in 1017. Why is Beast Boy out? Is Beast Boy in... Beast Boy's not in... Oh wait, am I looking at... Is this Injustice 2 or 1? Let's just double check. Let's double check. No, this is Injustice 2. Beast Boy's not in Injustice 2, right? Let me... Did Beast Boy get canned? Let me see. Beast Boy... Beast Boy's not in Injustice 2. I will remember that. Beast Boy Injustice 2. Beast Boy's not in Injustice 2. Let's just Google that right quick. Beast Boy, oh, Injustice 2 mobile. Okay, that's why he's not highlighted. It's in mobile. Okay, I do that threw me for a loop. I'm like, Beast Boy's not in Injustice. Okay, so we're not gonna count him because I'm talking about console. So then we have Black Manta and Fighter Pack 2 in September of 2017. Hellboy in November, Fighter Pack 2. So that's only 2 characters in Fighter Pack 2. Then we have Adam in Fighter Pack 3 in December, Enchantress in Fighter Pack 3, and then we had the Turtles, which I guess if you want to be favorable, we can consider that 4 characters, but because of how they play, we'll just say there's 1 character. So essentially we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and even if we counted all 4 Turtles, that would be 12. But since it's technically like 1 team that swapped out, we're going to count this as 1 character and say 9. So if I see that we have 9 DLC characters in Injustice total and this wonky ass release schedule, when you ask this question right here about how many you want to see going forward, I almost have to assume this has got to be for Mortal Kombat DLC, right? Like they're going to type NetherRealm DLC fighters release because that's just what they do. I work in corporate marketing, so I know you never want to overpromise and underdeliver. It's always the other way around. You want to underpromise and overdeliver. So he's being very like facetious about this. This has to be Mortal Kombat DLC, right? Do you guys think that I'm reaching on being thirsty? If they're asking this question, essentially you're saying you want to do 12 fighters again, but where are you going to do the 12 fighters from? We're not getting 12 DLC for Injustice. I mean, you only gave us 9 in the past, and the schedule was kind of crazy because you was giving us 1 character a month. That would never work in today's system, and especially with the reputation that Mortal Kombat has right now, you need to underpromise and overdeliver. So with that being said, do you guys think that I'm reaching, or do you feel like that this is kind of a slight confirmation that the next game will be a Mortal Kombat game? Just think about all the factors. They have to make their money back. Mortal Kombat 1 sold poorly. Mortal Kombat 11 sold dramatically well. The Mortal Kombat movie comes out in October, and then we're going to be rolling on the good success of the film into the franchise name getting back in store. And on top of that, we have the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection coming. It doesn't make sense to do all this Mortal Kombat marketing and then move on to Injustice 3 while also asking this question about 12 DLC fighters. I could be trying to put the pieces together and being like a little conspiracy theorist, but what do you guys think? Mortal Kombat movie, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Doesn't the next game have to be a Mortal Kombat game? Especially when Ed Boon is asking this particular question. We don't want 12 DLC fighters in Injustice 3. I know you guys try to joke about Injustice 3 being a good game or how you want this or how you miss this and da-da-da-da-da. But Injustice 3 is simply not making the money that the Mortal Kombat franchise would. It's a lot of obscure characters that people don't know about in the DC comic series. Batman and Superman being the most two notable. I guess Flash for some guys who are interested in that. But Injustice is never going to sell what Mortal Kombat could sell. If we just look at Injustice alone and we talk about iconic characters, let's play some favoritism here. We got Superman, we got Batman, we got Catwoman for you guys who love that. And then outside of that, who do they really have that's like, you got Harley Quinn. I'll give Harley some love. As a matter of fact, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up right quick. Let's do Injustice 2 roster. I just want to see how many iconic characters they have. Injustice 2 roster. Let's just do that. And then let's go to image. Let's see if we can find the full roster. Here we go, right here. Let's pull this on up. Oh, that's a great shot too. Matter of fact, let me go back to this one. I'll just zoom it in. Let's zoom that in. Zoom, 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 zoom. Oh, it's not as big as I would like. Let's zoom it in here. There we go, there we go, there we go. Let's zoom it on in. So let's see. Who do we have down here that's iconic, that's necessary? Because I want to compare the icons of Injustice 2 to Mortal Kombat. So we got Superman, who's iconic. We got Batman, who's iconic. We got Harley Quinn, who's iconic. We got Joker, who's iconic. I'll give Catwoman a nod. The Ninja Turtles were DLC, so I don't want to count them. I just want to count base roster characters. So essentially we have 5 iconic characters in the entire roster. I'll play more favoritism. We'll do Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman can be 6. So now we have 6. I don't think Bane is iconic unless you're heavily into Batman. I could play some favoritism into Robin. Nah, Robin's not an icon. So we got Harley, Batman, Joker, Superman, Wonder Woman, and who did I say was the 6th? Who did I say was the 6th that I'm overlooking here? Or is it just 5? Harley, Batman, Superman, Joker, Wonder Woman. That's 5. I don't think anybody else on this list is like must-see TV as far as comics go, right? I'm looking around. I'm not going to count the Ninja Turtles because they're DLC. I'm not going to count Hellboy, and I don't even think that Hellboy is crazily iconic. Oh, Catwoman. I'll give Catwoman like an honorable mention. So we got 5.5. Now, if we look at the Mortal Kombat roster, we have Sub-Zero and Scorpion, both iconic, so that's 2 right there. Melina, that's 3. Katana would be 4. Liu Kang could be a 5 for some. Who else is really noticeable? Johnny Cage is a 6. Johnny Cage is very iconic. I'm trying to think. Raiden, 7. I'm just talking about characters that people will recognize just like in the casual community. I think these would be the 7. I'm trying to think of him. Goro. Goro would be 8. Shao Kahn is probably a good 9. Shang Tsung might be honorable mention. So we got 9 characters. So I just think if we say 9 iconic characters, and I probably could be missing somebody. Who could I be missing? I don't know if Reptile would be considered iconic. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 9, right? So I'm saying, the reason I'm saying that is because the reputation of Mortal Kombat just goes so much farther than Injustice. I can't see it being anything but Mortal Kombat being the next game. And for some reason, I think this question right here from Ed Boon is kind of slightly implying, right? I mean, we got the Mortal Kombat movie, we got Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. He's asking a question about DLC schedules, saying that I would assume the reason that he pointed out 12 characters from both games is because like 12 characters is the DLC standard, right? And if we would have got to Combat Pack 3, this could have actually went up to potentially 18 if they want to do 6 characters per combat pack, right? Which they couldn't get around to because they simply didn't sell enough. So I think I could be reaching here, but I think that this is confirmation that Mortal Kombat is the next game. In the comments, let me know what you guys think. Am I bugging out? Or are we kind of on to something here? Does it all line up with the marketing, with the rollout of the movie, the rollout of the Legacy Collection, with Ed Boon asking this question, with the iconic characters amount in Injustice versus the amount in Mortal Kombat? What do you guys think? Mortal Kombat the next game, 12 DLC characters. Is this a slight implication or am I overthinking it? Let me know in the comments. The next time it's your boy Lou Streets, I'm out. Peace.
Fight!